This is Sparta!
You know, so I was... You'll appreciate this. This is so good. Maybe I'm slightly autistic or something, because stuff like this just unnerves me to no end. Went to my first Titans game the other day.
Oh.
Which
That's
is
an event.
Terrifying. Fuck, was that scary. Not the Titans.
They were actually Titans.
Just the whole thing, the whole process. And I'm sitting there, right? And I get very unnerved by the whole, like, fan animosity with each other.
Yeah, like you worship a different team. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's just like really weird. I don't really understand it, you know. So I'm sitting there and I'm just kind of, it's like I'm trying to get really intoxicated, but I'm having a hard time because I'm just sort of like
not relaxed at all.
It's like you know, you've got this. Fuck, let me set this up. Let me set this scene up. And when I say this, I don't mean to offend any sports teams or Titans fans or the NFL or anything like that. Or I just, you know, this is my own issue. I'm the one that needs help, not everybody else. So I'm sitting there, right, and I'm like, you know, we're Seahawks fans by default. I'm a Seahawks fan. Sports are intense. If you don't have any affiliation, people around you will assign you an affiliation. Yeah, you can't. There's no neutrality. Like, you can't just be like, I'm just here for the game, man. It's like, no, you're not. No fucking way are you here just for the game.
So true.
So, my girlfriend is from Seattle. Her friend is in town. Her friend's in town. Bought tickets, right? Seahawks, Titans. Cool. You know what I mean? The Seahawks are a whole other weird thing because, like, that's not a real bird. That's like, so that's the beginning of my irritation. It's like, that's not a real fucking bird. Like, what are you talking about? That's not real. You're named after something that doesn't exist. Fuck.
And the Titans do?
Wait till I get to this. This is going to blow your fucking mind.
Okay.
So, of course, we're Seahawks fans. Fine. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. Turns out it was a huge problem. So you've got these people that are, you know, just talking shit to each other. And it's like, are you acting? Is it for the sake of the game? Are you really mad? Like, is like violence going to erupt? Because the level of intoxication in this stadium is through the fucking roof. You know? I'm drunk. But the guy behind me is like, whoa, man, you know? And so, of course, my girlfriend's friend she didn't mention that she was a big shit talker, Seahawks fan, and when she has a couple beers and gets into the stadium, all bets are off, right? So these people are going back and forth at each other, and in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, this guy's going to hit my girlfriend's best friend, and I'm going to have to get involved, and it's just like grown men, like, beating their chests and grunting and weird things are happening on the field, like raffles and prizes, and the mascots don't fucking make any sense. And then it happens. And then it happens again. And then it happens for the entire fucking game. The people in the NFL and who manage the Titans don't understand that Titans are much different from Spartans, which means to constantly show footage from 300 is so fucking inaccurate.
It's blasphemy.
It's insane. Spartans are real mortal men that existed. Titans are demigods. They exist between man and the gods, like Zeus and whatnot.
I thought the Titans were the gods that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the Titans were the gods that the current gods Zeus and Ares and all those people rebelled against, and it was a war between the Titans and the gods.
That might be true, but Titans are gods.
Right, not demigod. I thought because isn't demigod like Hercules? Hercules is a demigod.
Yeah, you're right. Demigods where they're they had like a mortal mother, and then
Right.
Zeus was the father, that type of thing. Either way,
Okay.
they're not
not
fucking Spartans. And I've got this chick screaming at this guy behind me, and a guy in front of me beating his chest, and then there's like a fucking mouse like doling out prizes on the field, and then the Spartans come running across the screen, and everyone's yelling. It's like a combination of "Go home, sea chickens," and "Go Spartans," and you're like, or "Go Titans," and you're like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm gonna have a panic attack. None of this lines up. Now, the other conclusion I have that I came to, and then I'm done with this rant. To play a game, you have to have two teams to play the game. Therefore, if you're about to play a game and the other team doesn't show up to play the game, it kind of delineates the purpose of the game. So instead of being so mad and hating the Seahawks, wouldn't you be overjoyed that the Seahawks showed up to play the Titans, therefore giving you your sacred football game? Like, right? Do you see what I'm saying here?
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up because the whole
you don't have football unless you have two teams.
Well, it taps into, again, our base ape lizard brain where we had tribes. And that's how we survived. Tribe versus tribe. If there's another tribe over there, you were wary of that tribe. Eventually, we learned to get along. We understood that, hey, if we all get along, we actually evolve faster and we actually can get through life pretty good. So let's team up here. But before that, we still, for a long time, apparently, because we still have these teams, it's like Democrat and Republican. If you're a Democrat, you're hardcore Democrat. If you're Republican, you're hardcore Republican. We have these, we need to be on the same team. We have like people on the same team. That is your team. That is your go-to. Don't fuck with my team. I'll fuck with you.
Right.
It's a base level thing. And that's what football taps into. Any sport, really.
Yeah, I understand it. It's just like, the level of aggro was so gnarly.
But what you see is base level.
Absolutely. Fucking Neanderthals, which, by the way, 11% of the population has Neanderthal blood in them. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
That's a real fact. Pretty cool, right?
It makes sense because we do things that are like, why? That doesn't make any logical sense.
Right. So, they figured out very recently that. So Neanderthal was not an evolution into Cro-Magnon, which is human beings. They were separate species that lived together on Earth at the same time, but also interbred. Pretty cool. Anyways.
Hey.
So, yeah, I just thought it was weird. It's like, shouldn't we be super happy that the Seahawks showed up? Like, what if they didn't? Like, there wouldn't be a game today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's
so funny. I come from a football family.
Okay,
and
I don't.
But see, yeah, but it's
I'm
so
a weirdo.
funny.
See, these things, like, this is what I'm thinking about while watching this go down. This is what is happening in my head.
It's a weird thing that triggers inside a person who lived with like a football family. That's your team.
Sure.
That is your team. You live and die for your team, kind of thing.
Right.
And it's so funny because I don't really watch football anymore. Back when I was a kid, I'm a huge Giants fan.
Okay.
I was an even bigger Giants fan when I was like really into football, and I watched it every Sunday with my family. And my mom's a Packers fan. God, is she a cheesehead? And my dad's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. And so we would that was a ritual. Every Sunday, sit down, watch football. That's what we did.
Sure.
And it's so funny when like I catch a game, it's on. I'm just like sit down and watch it. But like it takes like maybe a minute and I'm in the game and I'm like, now I've picked a team and I want this team to win, or I'm like super excited that the game is playing. And then my wife will look at me like, you really like football? I'm like, she's like so crazy. Like I act so different when I'm watching a game,
right?
As opposed to I'm just like everyday life. I'm kind of like, hey, yeah, whatever, cool. But when it comes to football, if I want my Giants to win, I want my fucking Giants to win, and I'll get really sad or depressed if they lose, and I get like as if someone took something from me.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in any sort of sports culture, right? So these innate sort of things, like I don't have it. I don't know what it is. I understand it, but it just, I mean, of course I get it. It's just like, that's where my head is going in the middle of this game. I mean, it's like actually what I'm like, God, this is like really weird. I mean, I don't know. Like, what if they just keep going back to that? It's like they Spartans, you're mad at the team that you need to have to play the game, and that's what gives us football. And I don't know what's going. I just. Yeah,
it's a weird thing.
Is that weird? Or
it's totally. I mean, it's totally natural. If a person isn't around that kind of environment, it'd be mostly foreign to somebody who's not genuinely who doesn't genuinely understand that particular environment. It's like kind of like, why is everyone so mad? This is great. This is a great time. Why is everyone so mad? Because it's the whole team ape thing that we're doing.
Having a hard time understanding too, what is real and what is kind of acting, and because there's a certain level of role playing that goes on in that type of thing.
Well, yeah, and also that type of person that gets that aggro, they probably aren't like that in any other moment in their life. That is just the moment that they have. That's their time to just unleash their manliness or their rage or anything else that they can't do if they're at their fucking 9-to-5 desk job. They can't just be like, tip, 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 tip. They can't do that. So, they wait for that Sunday and they fucking release all hell and yell into the world, I am human. The fucking Titans must win.
Right. The Titans must win. There go the Spartans again.
There goes the Spartans. I never really noticed that. I figured
it's so amazing, and it's the thing is that the level of production that goes. I mean, football is insane. I mean, it is
multi-billion-dollar industry.
It's incredible, and I don't know. You probably know this, but it's like if you're driving over the Jefferson Street Bridge, or you're going in and out of downtown late at night. A lot of the times, I mean. There's like a whole production team in that stadium putting all that stuff together for the games, retesting stuff on the screens. And I mean, it's a whole thing. They do it all night.
Yeah.
And you're like, how did you miss this? And you keep showing it all game. It's not like this one weird little blooper clip you fucked up and threw up there. It's like every 20 minutes... the Titans, then the Spartans go running. I can't tell you the rage.
What else would they put there, though? That's my thing. Because 300...
If you have billions of dollars, go film some clips of some Titans. Fuck.
But like... We all know 300. Remember when 300 came out and there was a lot of controversy behind it? Everyone thought that 300 was just this basic propaganda ad for the military.
Sure, yeah, I remember there was a lot of... Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if in any other football team, not just the Titans, that they would show 300. Because when you watch that movie, you get pumped. Yeah. I mean, you get pumped up. You're like, I want to fucking fight in a war.
Yeah.
And then... football is just a war without the weapons.